Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to Digital Energy. This is Brett. I'm coming to you at about 4:27 p.m. on Friday, the 14th of January, 2022. And I just wanted to make this quick little video as we wrap up the week here in the United States, and talk about the price action of Bitcoin this week. The big talk this week, it seems like, has been everybody's been talking about this indicator right here. This is a 50-week moving or 50-day moving average. Here's the 200, and they're talking about this 50-day crossing over. That's a technical indicator that is called the death cross, and many people believe that that's a very negative sign. And at least for Bitcoin, at least right now in Bitcoin's cycle and life, I just really don't believe that that's true. I think if you're using this indicator to indicate when to go short, I think that you're going to get trapped and it'll cost you a lot of money. And talk a couple of reasons why. First of all, if you go back, this has happened before. The last time it happened was back here in July or June, and it crossed over. And if you had shorted right there on that day, which would have been on this candle, initially it would have been okay. But if you were waiting for it to cross back above, or even for the slope of this line to turn positive, you can see you would have been trapped and really would have lost quite a bit of money on that trade. So, I mean, the death cross is a lagging indicator. It's moving averages are that as a rule. So I really don't think that this means anything right now, without some other sort of confirmation that we might be moving to the downside. But here's the other reason why I really think that we've actually put in a bottom. But here's the other reason why I really think that we've actually put in a bottom. I put in this level of what I called major support several weeks ago as we started to come off of the highs. And this was based on, as we go back, you can see there was some major support right in here that we came up to. And usually resistance, that we saw this resistance here uh, back in August, that kind of resistance becomes support once you pass through it. So I felt like that there was a good amount of support there, and also right here we saw back in September we bounced off that area before going much higher. So I felt like we had some really good support there, and this candlestick right here also shows me that that is true. That's what's called a dragonfly doji candlestick, and it's typically a very bullish sign and often a sign of a short or even sometimes a long-term trend reversal. Uh, and so you can see that happened. But the thing, let's go to the hourly on that day. I'm gonna go back in time here and replay this on that day to show you why I really think that that's the case. I'm going to change over to the hourly. We're now going to the hourly chart on Monday when that occurred, and let me readjust this so we can see it better. Because I want you to show you the hourly price action that put in that daily Dragonfly Doji. And so here we are. This is the start of the trading day on Monday, and we're going to click through 1 hour at a time. And so you can see as we click through, we're just kind of accumulating, not a lot going on. Volumes are relatively low. And then we start to fail. And all of a sudden we get a pretty strong move down. And then you can see, boom, we drop down. But what we see is, as you saw that, it went red, went right down to 40,000 and just a bit below, and immediately during that hour came back and put its own hourly Dragonfly Doji in, and you can see the spike that we have in volume. So that tells me that there's a huge amount of support and accumulators that are willing to buy at that $40,000 mark and defend it. So and then, as you can see, what happened for the rest of the day is we went on, and there was some choppiness back and forth. But ultimately, by the end of the day, the bulls had successfully defended that downward move. And if we go back to the daily again, you see that again. So, and here you can see that dragonfly doji again. We'll adjust so that you can see. So for me, I actually believe that we have put in the bottom. Obviously I could be wrong, but I think that the bottom is in. We may accumulate moving forward for several more days. Who knows? But I really don't. I don't see us going below that 40,000, and that price action. Any I think knowledgeable shorter would look at that and be pretty hesitant to put any kind of a short in until it's pretty definitively broken through the $40,000 level. So again, I could be wrong, but none of us can predict the future. But I think that price action shows me a lot. And as I look at the news out there, the possibility of more regulatory clarity coming along. Billionaires coming out and saying that they're putting 50% of their portfolios into Bitcoin. The adoption rate as it keeps going out there, and more people are learning about Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. I just think that we do have a bullish cycle. I don't think we're at the top yet, and I think that we're going to move higher. Now, in the immediate short term, I will say I foresee some resistance here at the $48,000 level. I think that that's our next level, and that's because here we broke through it, and you can see that we've had quite a bit of accumulation there. That'll typically turn into some resistance. Once we break through that, then our next level of resistance, at least in my mind, is going to be at around 52. And once we break through that, then it's higher to 60 and above. So don't get caught by this. Don't get trapped by this supposedly bearish sign. I don't think it holds water for Bitcoin. And with that said, until next time, protect yourself out there. Thanks.